Hi YouTube! Today I'm going to be doing the Harry Potter Alliance Summer of Magic Challenge. Now this challenge is actually supposed to be a photo a day kind of thing on Instagram, but Julian of the HPA actually did a video instead. And as today is the final day, it's like I'm catching up on the whole month. Prepare yourself for Potter. Number 1, show your house pride. Or perhaps in Slytherin you'll make your real friends. Those cunning folk use any means to achieve their ends. Number 2, favorite midnight release moments. I actually have 2 of these. The first was at a midnight release party at Borders. Yes, Julian, I do remember Borders. It was for the Half-Blood Prince and everybody had to have a book ticket in order to get their specially reserved book. And a friend of mine actually hid mine in the middle of a bookshelf while we were waiting in line. I nearly cried. It was terrifying. I honestly thought that I wasn't going to get the book. And luckily he gave it back and all was well. Ooh, I did not mean to say all was well, but that just happened. The other memory was when Deathly Hallows, the book, was released. So I went to college in a really small town and we only had 2 relatively small bookstores. Tristan's brother and I ordered copies of Deathly Hallows from one of the bookstores without realizing that a midnight release party was actually happening at the other bookstore. We were not happy. So we actually tried to go to the other bookstore at midnight to participate in the midnight release party and maybe get a book, which of course wasn't happening, but we still got to hang out with a bunch of people. But we went through the whole line. They told us at the cash register that there weren't any books that were not pre-ordered there, so we ended up going home and we were up at 7 a.m. the next day to go in to the other bookstore and get our book and free Deathly Hallows poster. But I was really mad about that. It was a rough night/day because of course we just came home and read the book all day. Number 3, a favorite quote from Jo. Jo has said so many amazing and profound things over the years, but I think that one of my favorites was actually at the Deathly Hallows film release in London. She said, "No story lives unless someone wants to listen. When you come back by page or the big screen, Hogwarts will always be there to welcome you home." By the way, when I was thinking about this question, I actually went back and watched all the speeches by the actors and Jo from the premiere. Oh, I cried. That was my English, Scottish, David Tennant accent. It was bad. Number 4, your Patronus. I think that my Patronus would probably be a white Bengal tiger. Not that you could tell that it's white because they're just all silver, but it would definitely be a feline of some sort. Number 5, favorite Potter movie. No, I can't. I could maybe say Deathly Hallows Part 2 because it was the culmination of everything and it was super emotional, but I really can't pick a favorite. Number 6, a pet. This is Felix. If you've been around, you've seen him before, but he hasn't been in a lot of videos lately. He hates being held. Hates it, but I love you. Now I have cat hair. Number 7, the Deathly Hallows. So I have to pick one? I don't think that I would want any of them because they scare me. I'm afraid that I would abuse their power. I think that if I absolutely had to choose, I would probably pick the invisibility cloak. I think that would be the least dangerous of the 3. Number 8, a letter you wrote or received. I guess I don't really write or receive letters. Isn't that kind of sad? I don't really remember the last time I wrote somebody a letter. But I do get little notes from Tristan every once in a while, so maybe those count. Here are a few of them. This one is a silly one that I read in a video a while back. I don't remember which one. This one is clearly a love note, written on LeakyCon paper. How cute! And this last one is actually an inspirational poem from when I was having panic attacks about my thesis. So, there you go. Some letters. Number 9, your Boggart's shape. Peruvian instant darkness powder. Or just the dark. I'm scared. Number 10, something you always forget. I am the most forgetful. I could probably give Neville a run for his money. I'm just gonna go with everything because I forget everything at some point or another. It is why I am the queen of making lists. I really like little notepads just for that reason because I make lists all the time. And sometimes I make them on my phone because that saves paper, but I don't know. I like writing it out because then I actually feel like I physically remember what I'm supposed to do or bring or whatever. Number 11, favorite Potter book. This is a really difficult question. I always immediately want to say Goblet of Fire, and then I always immediately want to take it back because, I don't know, I love them all. Well, maybe not Chamber of Secrets. I suppose just like the movies, I also love Deathly Hallows quite a bit because it's the end. Number 12, a magical act of kindness. I don't know how to do this in video format. Julian wished somebody a happy birthday, so I guess I could just advertise for a friend's channel, and so I'm going to choose Charlotte. If you have not checked out Charlotte's channel, you should. And now the link to her channel is going to magically appear in my hand. Look at that. Magic. Number 13, a favorite quote from the books. From Deathly Hallows, when Dumbledore and Harry are in King's Cross Station. Of course it is happening inside your head, Harry, but why on earth should that mean that it is not real? Number 14, what you're currently reading. I'm currently trying to plan a class that I'm teaching, so I'm actually reading a textbook, which is this one, Ideas and Styles in the Western Musical Tradition, by one of my professors, actually, and I've read it a few times already for other reasons, but now I'm trying to use it to write lectures. On the fiction side, I am currently trying to plow my way through A Clash of Kings. I'm struggling with it a little bit. I keep getting bored. I know the story isn't all that boring because I've seen a lot of it, but I just don't know why I am stuck, sort of. Also, at work, to prepare for LeakyCon, I've been listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks, and I'm just finishing up book 4. Number 15, a Potter-inspired food or craft. So a while back, Tristan gave me this book, the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook, and I really, really like it. It basically just goes through the books, and anytime there was food mentioned or something that might relate to food, they went through and just picked out recipes that are sort of, I guess they're classic British recipes. So there's one recipe that Tristan and I really like, and it is Molly Weasley's meatballs. They're really, really good. We also have a friend who makes amazing butterbeer cupcakes. Oh my god, they're so good. Number 6. Oh, how am I gonna do this with my hands? Number 16. Nope, that's 17. Number 16. You at 11. I assume by you mean me. I actually have no idea how old I am in this picture, but it's cute and it's me with my brother. I was adorable. I think that I finally read Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone at age 11. I got it when I was probably 10. I got it before it was actually published in the United States, but I didn't read it because I read the first chapter and I didn't get hooked. So it took me a while to get into it. But after I read the first book, I was in. And finally, number 17, wish Harry and or Jo a happy birthday. Well, today is July 31st, so happy birthday, Harry. I have stayed with you till the end and then some. And happy birthday to Jo. Thank you for being such a constant companion through your writing. I grew up with Harry and I wouldn't have had it any other way, so thank you. I just want to take a minute and say that I got a free drink at Starbucks today, and so I got the biggest size. Look at this thing. This is ridiculous. It is as big as my head.